Hi guys, JT here. First of all, Happy New Year! Today, I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle, the Carnage collection of January 2026. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. I would like to thank you, the viewers, for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. But first, a word from our sponsor, JT After Dark. You've read the threads, you've seen the warnings, but you haven't heard them like this. I'm JT. I take the internet's most terrifying stories and give them a voice. From Reddit's deepest archives to the legends that haunt the web, I bring the horror to life. Join me on JT After Dark. Subscribe now and let's see what's hiding in the shadows. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Dead Island 2, a chaotic, gory, and over-the-top survival romp that knows exactly what it wants to be. Pure zombie-slaying fun. You step into the blood-soaked streets of Los Angeles, a city split into distinct districts like Bel Air, Venice Beach, and Beverly Hills, each filled with sun-drenched luxury and hordes of the undead. The real star here is the combat. Swinging golf clubs, electrifying pipes, or drop-kicking zombies into pools of fire feels absurdly satisfying. The gore system is disturbingly detailed, letting you dismember, melt, and pulverize the undead in ways that make every fight gleefully brutal. While exploration reveals intricate environments, side content often boils down to resource hunting and crafting weapon upgrades that quickly become redundant. The loot cycle can feel excessive, and puzzles that hint at deeper mechanics rarely go anywhere. Still, the world shines when you run into bizarre side characters straight out of GTA's playbook, from washed-up celebrities to influencers chasing clout in the apocalypse. The story is breezy and often very dumb, leaning into Hollywood satire before veering off into standard survival beats. But Dead Island 2 doesn't need narrative weight. It thrives on its campy tone, slapstick violence, and the freedom to cause utter carnage. Guns are available, but melee and environmental kills are where the game really flexes its creativity. At the end of the day, this is not the thoughtful zombie epic some might want. It is messy, silly, and disposable. But if you want to smash skulls with style, you'll have a blast. And number 2 we have Trepang 2, an indie gem that effortlessly channels the adrenaline-pumping spirit of fear into a compact, joyously violent package. From the moment you slide kick into an enemy, grab them mid-air, and unleash chaos with a grenade, you're hooked into a world of fast-paced action and stylish gunplay. As a super soldier fighting against nefarious organizations dabbling in questionable science, Trepang 2 delivers on its promise of intense first-person violence reminiscent of classic shooters. With mechanics like bullet time, invisibility, and satisfying melee attacks, every encounter becomes a playground for creative murder. The game's AI impresses, with enemies reacting dynamically to your actions, employing tactics, and communicating effectively. Stealth is an option, adding depth to gameplay, though the allure of dual-wielding shotguns often proves irresistible. Visceral combat isn't just about dispatching foes, it's about unleashing chaos upon the environment. Destruction is not only encouraged, but essential, leading to dynamic and immersive gunfights that leave a trail of debris and carnage in your wake. While the campaign may feel familiar and the tone occasionally inconsistent, Trepang 2's strength lies in its addictive gameplay and replayability. Optional side missions, customizable loadouts, and a VR combat simulator offer plenty of reasons to keep coming back for more. Despite its minor flaws, Trepang 2 excels in delivering an exhilarating FPS experience that pays homage to its predecessors while carving out its own place in the genre. If you crave intense action and stylish gunplay, Trepang 2 is an essential addition to your gaming library. And number 3 we have Hellboy Web of Wyrd, a roguelike brawler that translates Mike Mignola's iconic comic book aesthetic into a dark, whimsical 3D world. You're immediately struck by the striking visuals, which use heavy inks and grim colors to make you feel as if you've stepped into a living illustration. The narrative is equally immersive, featuring engaging dialogue and a poignant final performance by Lance Reddick as Hellboy. As you explore locations like Castle Wyrd or submerged ruins in Russia, the game's heart is clear. It is a love letter to the source material. However, you'll soon discover that the roguelike structure creates significant roadblocks. The gameplay loop involves navigating 4 main levels that repeat with narrative twists, eventually requiring a consecutive run of all areas. The cycle often feels like a tedious rerun rather than a rewarding challenge, as progression lacks the depth found in genre-defining titles. Combat offers a visceral crunch, making you feel the weight of Hellboy's punches, but technical issues frequently break the immersion. You may struggle with an uncooperative camera that gets snagged on geometry and a dodge mechanic that feels inconsistent. While the auditory atmosphere, complete with impactful combat sounds, complements the eerie tone, the repetitive music and voice lines can wear thin during extended sessions. The game is a visually enthralling journey hindered by its own mechanics. You'll find a world brimming of promises, but the frustrating roguelike elements often overshadow the narrative strengths and rugged brawling that fans of the franchise crave. At number 4 we have Maneater, an open-world action RPG that casts you as a bloodthirsty predator in a tale of ultra-gratuitous violence and revenge. Starting as an infant shark after your mother is killed by a fisherman, you must survive the Louisiana bayou by eating everything in sight. This sadistic gameplay loop is surprisingly cathartic, tasking you with consuming nutrients to grow from a vulnerable pup into a massive, mutated apex predator. The experience is elevated by a perfect auditory atmosphere. You will navigate waters, accompanied by Jaws-inspired tunes and the screams of your victims, all while Chris Parnell provides hilarious documentary-style narration. Controlling your shark is a hassle-free endeavor. You can breach the surface like a lethal dolphin, or flop onto dry land for brief chaotic rampages. While the combat mechanics are simple, utilizing tail whips and dodges, they remain effective against alligators and bounty hunters alike. Progression feels rewarding because every kill fuels your growth. You can even equip special mutagens, such as electric teeth, to enhance your lethality. Though some side quests, like collecting license plates, feel bland, the human character models lack high-quality polygons, the game's rock-solid performance and impressive lighting effects compensates for its budget constraints. Maneater knows exactly what it wants to be, a polished, dark-humored murder fest. It transforms the potential tedium of grinding into an addictive zen-like experience of aquatic carnage. If you enjoy trashy humor and visceral fun, this shark's journey is well worth the plunge into its crimson waters. At number 5 we have Laika, Aged Through Blood, a unique Motorvania adventure that shakes up the Metroidvania formula with its bike-based mechanics and rich emotional storytelling. This game offers an intense post-apocalyptic adventure filled with heart-pounding action. You step into the shoes of Laika, a coyote warrior on a dirt bike, as she seeks revenge and battles enemy clans. The combat and exploration revolve around your bike, where stunts like mid-air flips are essential, not just for tricks, but for critical mechanics like reloading a revolver or deflecting enemy bullets. This challenging yet thrilling system requires quick reflexes as you dodge, shoot, and flip through desolate landscapes, often in slow-motion bullet-time sequences. The game's hand-painted art style sets a bleak Western-inspired tone, while its emotional story delves deep into themes of loss, generational trauma, and survival. Along the way, you'll meet quirky characters in your village, and complete quests to unravel more of the world's lore. While the game's trial-and-error combat may test your patience, especially during tough boss battles, the satisfaction of mastering its mechanics and the rewarding exploration make it worth the effort. The soundtrack, crafted by Bakeley, adds another layer of depth, perfectly capturing the world's melancholic beauty. If you crave a fresh spin on classic exploration games, Laika, Aged Through Blood delivers an unforgettable ride through a harsh yet captivating world. At number 6 we have Warstride Challenges, a high-octane FPS speedrunner that strips the genre down to its brutal, addictive core. Resembling a boiled-down version of Doom Eternal, it swaps complex narratives for bite-sized courses lasting 15 to 90 seconds. You enter a speedrunner's paradise where the goal is simple: kill every demon and reach the exit with maximum haste. By chaining jumps, slides, and time-slowing mechanics, you feel yourself becoming more efficient with every attempt. The game features several chapters, each offering weapons like shotguns and sniper rifles. To progress, you must earn medals, which often requires replaying levels on higher difficulties. Thankfully, these higher tiers add new hazards and enemies rather than just increasing health bars. You'll particularly enjoy the BFL stages, which stitch previous levels into one long, satisfying gauntlet. For those seeking competition, you can race against Nemesis ghosts or the recorded runs of friends in a unique asynchronous multiplayer mode. Visually, The game shines through neon lights and particle effects that pop against grim backdrops, all set to a pounding aggressive soundtrack. While you might find a level of statics repetitive and a default control slightly awkward, the instant restart button ensures failure never feels frustrating. Beyond the main campaign, a comprehensive level editor allows you to build and share custom challenges. Warstride Challenges is a precisely engineered experience that avoids pixel art cliches to deliver a modern, Moorish loop. It's an essential title for any fan of precision shooters who craves the speed. At number 7 we have Easy Red 2, a World War II military shooter that prioritizes the scale and atmosphere of historical conflict over AAA polish. Eschewing the frantic Call of Duty style, it offers a gritty yet accessible experience across famous battlefields like Normandy, Stalingrad, and Anzio. You launch into massive operations where the focus is on the chaos of war rather than competitive multiplayer, though you can still storm beaches with friends. The game excels in its single-player campaign, allowing you to crank up AI units to witness hundreds of soldiers clashing simultaneously. You can choose various roles, from squad leader and radio man to medic or sapper. As a leader, you dictate your team's movements, while an inventory system forces you to manage weight, ammo, and even food to stay in fighting shape. The destructible environments mean nowhere is safe. Artillery can punch holes through villas as you push toward capture points. While the indie-developed visuals aren't cutting edge, featuring murky textures and the occasional crab-walking soldier, the immense scale of 800-unit battles provides a visceral soundtrack of whistling shells and whirring bullets. There are quirks to navigate. The user interface is somewhat bare bones, and flying planes with a keyboard is notoriously difficult. You must also track your own ammo count, as the game leans into realism by hiding hit markers and bullet counts. Despite these rough edges, it remains a standout simulator for those seeking distilled, chaotic fun. It captures the terrifying magnitude of history's largest operations, with heart and impressive technical ambition. At number 8 we have Death in the Water 2, a single-player wave-based shooter that masterfully blends deep-sea exploration with heart-pounding horror. You play as a specialist diver investigating Blackwater Bay, a beautiful yet terrifying open world filled with reefs, wrecks, and ruins. While the initial dives feel tranquil, with sea life acting curiously rather than aggressively, the atmosphere shifts the moment the Kraken, known as Death, launches a mind control attack. Suddenly, every creature in the ocean, from sea snakes to great white sharks, sees you as their primary food source. The tension is fueled by an eerie, realistic soundscape where the silence of the deep is broken only by your breathing and the sudden rush of a predator. You must manage your oxygen, ammo, and health carefully, often hiding in caves to avoid being devoured. To survive, use treasure to upgrade your gear and arsenal, which includes sniper spear guns and chum grenades. Whether you prefer a nimble approach of a handgun or heavy-hitting long-range weapons, the game allows you to tackle objectives your way. Graphically, the lighting and lifelike animal models are stunning, rivaling AAA titles despite being created by a two-person team. While the repetitive nature of the dives and an anticlimactic ending are minor drawbacks, the unpredictable AI ensures no two runs feel identical. If you have a fear of open water, this game will keep you on edge from start to finish. It is a hauntingly beautiful, addictive experience that perfectly captures the mystery and danger of the abyss. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is an absolute steal for anyone looking to paint the town red. Snagging heavy hitters like Dead Island 2 and Trepang 2 alongside gems like Maneater and Hellboy Web of Wyrd for just $15 is insane value. Whether you're shredding zombies in LA or going full shark mode, this bundle packs non-stop adrenaline. If you missed these on release, grab it now. Supporting charity while building a library of top-tier ultra-violence is a total win. Good game, Humble. What a way to start the year. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe to JT After Dark